look how well this cleaned the road off. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name's Mike and you're watching Triple T Acres, and we're here in Ohio here on my property, and we're getting ready for a major weather system that's going to come through. As you can see, maybe not, you can see some of the snowflakes are already flying, but we've got probably 6 inches of snow coming here in Ohio. It's our biggest snow event yet this year, and I'm not quite ready for it yet. So today's video, I'm gonna show you how I use my tractor to remove snow, and I don't use my regular bucket. I don't use a snowplow, and it might be something you already have and you didn't think that you could hook it up to your tractor like this. So I'm gonna share that with you today, and this should save you quite a bit of money because it definitely did me. So stick around, guys. I hope you enjoy the video. All right, I gotta find the implement. I've got a tractor implement graveyard. I've really gotta get something to get this stuff covered up, but I wanna show you this piece of equipment that's buried down here in the weeds because I haven't used it since last winter. But if I get this thing all cleared off, what you're gonna see here is a quick attach plate. All right, maybe you can get a view of what this is, and we're gonna get this thing hooked up to the tractor and show you here in a second. This is skid steer quick attach that converts your 3-point attachment up to this. So any 3-point attachment that you have, like for instance, this landscape rake over here and this grade blade over here, can hook up to this. Obviously you can't put anything PTO driven on here, but I can hook the top link up here, and then the side pins go on this. This will slide back and forth to catch those side pins. And then you can put one of these on here. And what better thing to remove snow than a grade blade? And the nice thing is most people put those things on the back of their tractor. I'm actually gonna put it on the front of my tractor. That way I can control the angle, the down pressure, and be able to see the snow out in front of me, push it before my tracks go over it. This thing has worked awesome in the past. So that's what we got to get hooked up. And again, the snow it's here, but it hasn't started hammering yet. So better late than never. But let's get this thing hooked up to the tractor. Then we're gonna let it snow for a while. And I'm gonna come out here and we're gonna remove some of the snow. I'm gonna show you how well this thing actually works. And then I'm gonna share some of maybe the drawbacks to it, but there's always a little bit of drawbacks to things when you're trying to save some money. Obviously a snow plow is going to work better, but for me and how often it actually snows here in Ohio, some years we get a lot of snow, some years we don't get any snow, and you just kind of roll the dice. I'd hate to spend, $2,000, $3,000 on a snow plow if I've already got a grade blade sitting on my property that I honestly don't use it very often for grading anyways. I feel like I use this thing more for snow removal. But enough about all that stuff. Let's just show you how well it actually works. Get this thing hooked up. So this is a skid steer quick attach plate, but you can actually buy these things that have John Deere connections as well. So if you're looking to get one of these, check down in the description. I'll have a link to the one I've got, and I'm sure you'll be able to find a John Deere connection if that's one like yours too. So we'll get this thing connected here real quick. I'm hoping my landscape rake isn't in my way too much. All right, I'll just get off. It's not too bad to pick it up. Perfect. Here's another really cool feature is I got a 2-inch hitch receiver, so if you gotta move trailers around or anything like that, it's welded on there too. But this is how this stuff works. Slides in and out, and you got your top link. All right, we should be back in business. Now what I want to do, I'm gonna lift this thing up and change the angle of that blade. Now this is what makes it nice. Instead of just a flat edge, I can pull the pin here, change the angle, and then I know I can push my snow off to the side. I don't want that steep of a pitch. I think that's good there. So normally you would have this thing on the back of your tractor and you'd have the blade turned all the way around. That's the beauty of one of these grade blades. Now this grade blade in particular is made by Tar River, and I got it from my local dealer, Foltz Ag here in Lancaster, Ohio. I'm not sponsored by them, but I always like to give them a good shout out because they're a great company. But guys, we are ready to plow snow. Let me show you something else I have on the back of the tractor. It might be pretty handy too, that I don't usually have on. I usually put a box blade on the back because it's got a nice flat edge. So if I have any piles, I can push them away. Let me show you what I got back here. Check it out. This is a winch. This is what they call a forestry winch. And this one is made by Kirpon. So not only can I actually push snow with the back of it, because it's got a real nice heavy duty blade there. So if I get some piles piled up, I can turn around and push the piles off. But I also have a winch here. So if I'm near a roadway, or if you live out in the country and you want to help your neighbors, maybe they get into the ditch because of the snow, you've got a really powerful winch here. This thing can actually pull almost 8,000 pounds. So pretty amazing there. And you can do that all with your tractor. This is why I love having a tractor when you own property. Such a versatile piece of equipment. I got a snow plow there on the front now. I've got a winch and a push blade on the back there. I've got a tiller, a box blade, a land plane. There's just so many different things that I have with this tractor, and I don't know what I would do without it. So if you own a tractor, chime in. Has that not changed the way you live on your property, and what would you do without it? All right, we are all hooked up. The tractor's ready to go. All we got to do now is wait for this snow to hammer down and pile up. So when this thing starts piling up, we'll get on the tractor and I'll show you how awesome this thing works. Stick around, guys. All right, guys, a lot has changed since we put everything on the tractor. The snow really came down and it's not finished yet, but I want to get it done because tomorrow's temperatures are supposed to dip down to the teens. So I don't really want to be doing this when it's really, really cold. That's why I wish I had a cab tractor, but look at this winter wonderland in just a few hours. So we're going to go out there, we're going to take the tractor and we're going to go ahead and plow the street. Now, I'm not going to be doing a lot of talking. I'm just going to be able to show you as much as I can because it's going to be really loud. But you're going to see how well this grade blade works putting it on the front of my tractor. So stick around, guys. All right, guys, I wanted to show you the first swipe on here. Look how well this cleaned the road off. I'm hoping you can get a good view of that. But 4 swipes, this road is gonna be clean. I'm gonna go on this side, move it that way, and then jump back over here again and back over there, and we should be cleared off. All right, guys, I wanted to show you how awesome this thing has done. Take a look at the street here. We are wide open here, and this is all with a grade blade. I mean, come on, I'm just having so much fun. It's like a kid in a candy store. I do want to show you something on the tractor here. When I'm putting my bucket down, a lot of tractors have a float function. So, and if you're not familiar with the float function, I'll show you that here. So your tractor's loader valve, as you punch it all the way forward, it puts your loader and float motion, so it'll actually follow the contours of the road. Now, the drawback to this, not using a regular snowplow, is going to be it doesn't have that relief. The springs at the top, those normally have relief, so if you hit something, it's not going to bite. Also, there's a lot of leverage on the front of this tractor, so if you have a road, it's got a lot of dips and cracks and stuff like that, this might not be for you, but man, it works awesome for me. All right, so we got the snow all cleared off, and I just love having the opportunity to get on my tractor and utilize this piece of equipment for another thing like clearing snow. I mean, I'm using this thing for food plots, clearing snow, moving gravel, using it as a winch, taking logs out of the woods. I mean, what more versatile piece of equipment than this tractor? But guys, that's gonna wrap it up for today. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I gave you another tip on how to utilize your tractor on your property. And if you like this kind of content, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. But until next time, we'll see you in the next video.